Hey guys, how's it going? I got a beer. Although I think something harder would probably be a bit more appropriate for this evening's video. I just want to show you my shirt. I got this today at the Trump rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. We were there. We got there. What time we get there, Harley? She's here too.
Hello, like 2 o'clock.
No, we got there. Oh, it was 1. We got there at 1. There's so many people there. So many friendly, lovely, wonderful people that immediately felt like family. It felt like a big family reunion, maybe. Man, the energy was great. So many excited people. There was no negativity. The only part that sucked was when we were trying to get in and the lines kind of like crushed together because there were so many people so excited to be there. But it was fine. Everything was good. And so we went in and we got real close. We were probably 100 yards from the corner fence, probably about 150-ish yards, maybe 200 yards from President Trump. There were so many people, and it was so hot, and there were people that were falling over. It seemed like left and right. They were having like heat stroke or whatever, and everybody was there to help. Like we were calling for the ambulance, like the paramedics, and everybody was so kind and courteous. Like we were passing water out to people, and it was the most positive environment I have ever been to in my life. It was beautiful. My kids were all having fun, except for Chase, who he was not happy about being in the hot for that many hours without, entertainment, but that's fine. He got over it when he knew that President Trump was coming. And as 5 o'clock ticked closer, we watched snipers get up on top of all the roofs. I was like, wow, that's crazy. I mean, this must happen at all the rallies. And I thought that Trump was supposed to take the stage at 5, but maybe it was 6. But 5 ticked past, and the snipers were up there, and they had their little binoculars, and they were looking all around, and 5:30 ticked past, and everything was wonderful, and everything was great. We were talking to people around us. We were talking about the people that were in the bleachers, about how they got to be there, and they were VIPs. Like, many of them were military. They knew somebody who knew somebody, and yeah, so they got this special privilege of being right there, right near President Trump. And it was electric. When his cars came in, oh, everybody roared. I mean, it was amazing. They were playing Celine Dion and the Lion King songs, and just, it was awesome. Even a Kid Rock song, which your girl, the metalhead, was happy for that. It was an awesome event until it wasn't. President Trump took the stage, and I don't think he was on stage for more than 10 minutes. It might have been less. It might have been 5. He was just getting started, and it was electric. Everybody was just so energetic and so happy. But Jeff mentioned to me, he said, the snipers are aiming at something. And I looked up, and they were looking down their scopes. And I took my eyes off of them for a split second to look back at Trump, and then I heard it. Bang, bang, bang. And I was like, is this real? People were screaming. We all hit the ground. We were covering Harley and Chase as best we could. Cody and Caleb were there right in front of us, like kind of blocking us. Jeff was covering the kids. And people were crying and screaming, and still, very still. And then it seemed to be a blur after that. I got a phone call right away from my uncle wanting to know if we were okay, because this was all televised live. And I had to hang up really quickly because the Secret Service and the state police were like, get up, get up, get up, get out, get out. And they were, telling us to leave. I mean, we were 100 yards away from the snipers. you don't know the onslaught of emotions that you go through when something like that happens, when you brought your kids to see their hopeful future president, their past president, the person that they really want to be in office. They were so excited to see him, and then you bring them there and be like, yes, look. And it was funny because it's not funny. It's ironic, I guess is the word. About 30 minutes before this all happened, and when the snipers were up there and all the Secret Service was around and all the state police were around, I looked at Cody and I said, I've never felt so protected and so unsafe at the same time. And I'm going to be honest with you, the idea that there was going to be some sort of event at this rally had crossed my mind this morning. And so when it happened, I had this severe pang of guilt, of which I felt like I knew this was going to happen. Like, why did I bring my family here? I'm glad that we were there in a way because we just witnessed history. And so this is kind of a message to all of you guys, because I have something to say. I don't flaunt my political beliefs on this channel. I don't really flaunt it much on my social medias. I will post funny little jokes that I think we can all get along with. I am friends with people on both sides of the table. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're voting Democrat in this next election and you're okay with this and you think that what happened tonight was good, you can see yourself right off my page and right out of my life. If you're cheering this on, if you're supporting this, if you're supporting the left who has been calling for this to happen, and you can go back and you can watch recordings of people saying that he needs to be dead and all this other stuff. If you still support that party, get out of my life. Until you've had to cover your child's bodies to protect them from gunshots because you don't know what's happening and you're just there to support your presidential hopeful, you don't understand. And I mean this wholeheartedly. After what happened tonight, if we're not all on the same page, we never will be. It's not possible. This country needs to grow a backbone. We need to take control of this country back. I've known this for a long time. The winds of change are here. We cannot stand for this anymore. And I don't know what that looks like. I'm not asking for violence. God knows I've seen enough violence tonight. I don't need to see any more. But somehow, some way, this needs to stop. And I think it needs to stop by people waking the hell up and realizing what is happening. Things need to change. We are all in this together. But if you're supporting this, you're not human. If you're supporting this, you're the scum of the earth. And I mean that wholeheartedly. I'm sitting here tonight with Harley, who's sitting there. She's fine, right?
Yeah.
She's fine. She's processed. I think the whole family's pretty much processed it. It took Chase a little bit to get over it. He was pretty shook leaving.
Technically, it wasn't.
Yeah, we were all pretty shook. One beer isn't going to be enough. I'm going to tell you that right now. But your girl's out of beers. Send help. But I'm sitting here trying to process everything. And I admittedly don't process things verbally very well. I internalize. But I'm sitting here trying to sort through what I feel. First of all, I feel absolutely thankful that my family is safe and that everybody around me was safe. And I was trying to help the people around me. There were older women that were down on the ground crying, and I was trying to make sure they were okay, Are you all right? You need help? You need something? You good? Come on, let's get up. Let's go. Let's get out of here. I'm okay, but I'm teetering from shock and rage at the same time. Shock at what I just went through. I mean, and absolutely feel so sorry. And I want to say right now that I am so sorry, and my thoughts and wishes go out to those victims that were shot. Somebody did lose a life. My thoughts are with President Trump. I don't think he needs my thoughts. That man is tough as nails. And he is my hero. Absolutely. But rage at what it's come to. And what it has taken for it to get to this point. I'm also thoughtful on how you move forward. How do you move forward? How do you go forward? Knowing this. Maybe some of you can answer that question for me. We are good. We are happy to be home on the farm where it's quiet and peaceful and safe. I want you all to stay safe out there, guys, because there's a lot of crazies. And there's a lot of crazies out there that are fully ecstatic about this. That's not human. That's not a human response. But I digress. It's funny, the people that always want to take your guns, our guns, is usually the party where the violence comes from. So I hope you guys have a good night. I hope you are thoughtful. I'm going to get off here. I'm going to add some clips either before or after this of the rally because it was beautiful. It was.
It was.
It was. It was a positive experience. I can tell you one thing, I wasn't worried about my kids getting kidnapped, that is for sure. And I also have to say, as it was happening, I was comforted to be around a lot of strong, protective, confident men. They were looking out for people. There was a lot of people that were making sure everybody was okay. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys that were doing that because we need more of that. More of that toxic masculinity. Yeah. So anyways, hope you guys have a great night. We will see you in the next video.
Goodbye.
I wish they'd spin their cameras and show it because nobody would believe it. Big crowds meeting here because big crowds. There's no one big. And there were like 93 people there. 93, you know what that is? That's where the front row Joes sit, right here. 93. We got more than 93 front row Joes. Hello, Butler. Hello to Pennsylvania. In 2016, we did much better in 2020. You know, we did much better. And it was rigged. It was a rigged deal, but we did much better. But it's nothing compared to the enthusiasm all over, not just in Pennsylvania, all over. There's nothing compared to the enthusiasm.